today I want to start doing something different. Wanted to talk about before each, the first game each night. Wanted to talk about all the guys that are possibly good streaming options, either for the night or in the short term. Let's get into it. I'm using Rato World's website. The first game tonight is the Miami Heat and Sacramento Kings. The Kings, if they're fairly healthy. Bielitsa is out, but really doesn't really make an impact. Goran Dragic will be out. Tyler Hero is questionable. So guys like you still want to keep streaming guys like Kendrick Nunn. Just keep streaming him until he doesn't get minutes, right? If he gets 25 to 30 minutes, he will give you good enough points and some defensive stats like steals as well. Jimmy Butler, he's only averaged 29 minutes this season, 15 points. He should be back either this game or next game. I expect him to be on a minutes restriction. So I'm not too high on even if he does come back, maybe you can leave him in the wire for in the IR for a few days if you do have an IR. But on the Heat side, you can stream all those guys: Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn. Gabe Vincent has been playing well without all those guards playing. Iggy is also hurt, so this Miami Heat team has been a mess all season. On the Kings side, not really have any guy that I'm interested in. I'll keep an eye on Whiteside minutes. Last game he played like, I don't know, 16, 17 minutes. If you need those blocks, if you're in a close matchup, those blocks could be valuable, right? Just for one day, he could just go off, give you 5 blocks. But I don't think he'll get majority of the minutes if Marvin Bagley and Rashawn Holmes are, not in foul trouble. But either one of those gets hurt, definitely pick up Whiteside. His upside is too high to not pick up. Let's go to the next game, the Houston Rockets and New Orleans Pelicans. Both teams, fairly healthy, no injuries. On the Rocket side, some guys I wanna stream is Jason Tate, David Nwaba. Those guys have pretty high defensive upside. Eric Gordon definitely worth a stream if this week you really need some points and threes, you can stream him for a day. And John Wall, PJ Tucker, obviously. PJ Tucker is a guy you also worth streaming. Very low turnover, good defensive stats, and good rebound. Hit some threes. Ben McLemore is another guy. Well, Cousins, we'll see how many minutes Cousins is gonna get. If he gets 15 minutes again, you can really drop him. Right? You can only hope for a wood injury for him to get majority of the minutes. But now those guys on the Rockets side really have that high upside. On the Pelicans side, I would definitely, if you need some points, I would go for Nickeil Alexander Walker. Some points and some maybe a little bit steals and threes. This guy is capable of going off, right? One of the very few guys on the waiver wire that's capable of going off. But with Bledsoe and Lonzo Ball healthy, I highly doubt it. Josh Hart, you need rebound and threes. You definitely want to stream him today. Give you those 7-8 rebounds and 1.5 threes. Let's go on to the next game. Chicago Bulls and Portland. Bulls only played, this is their second game this week due to their game with Grizzlies canceled. Right, on the just a lot of usage. This game I'll be heavily targeting. This game I'll try to stream. This game I think will be pretty friendly, fantasy friendly game. On the Portland side, a lot of those guys are out. CJ obviously, Robert Covington is questionable, but it doesn't matter. There's so much usage up for grabs at the moment. Gary Trent Jr. is definitely a good stream. Carmelo Anthony, is Derrick Jr. Yeah, Derrick Jr. is also out. So wow. Gary Trent Jr. is my first option, and Melo is my second. Those guys are capable of going off for like 25 plus points. They had the opportunity right now, really just Damian Lillard. And if somehow Ernest Cantor is out there in your league, just grab him and just hold him. He'll be a top 40, 50 guy until Nurkic comes back. In 30 minutes, he easily could be. And he really increased up his defensive stats lately. The only thing he doesn't really give you is assists and threes. Decent points. On the Bulls side, with Wendell Carter Jr. out, I think if you need some steals, go grab Thaddeus Young. He's the guy with the highest upside. Patrick Williams, if you need some blocks and steals, he's also a decent guy. Against this Portland team, I expect Now the team are very good defensively. So both, if you're gonna stream somebody, I expect both to give you decent points, and some stocks as well. Patrick Williams and Daddy is on this side. I know the Porter Jr. If you need someone efficient, hit some threes, a little bit scoring, you can go for him. A lot of guys on the Bulls actually. Satoransky, you need assists and steals, you can stream him. If you need those two categories specifically, Daniel Gafford will give you a lot of blocks, right? So those are the guys you want to take a chance on them, see what happens. And the next game is Charlotte and Milwaukee Bucks. This game has there's a chance it will be a blowout. We'll see. If it is, if you need points and rebounds, you can look for Bobby Portis on Milwaukee, and we'll see how well Dante DiVincenzo gonna play. Right, he hasn't got a steal in a few games, average 1.3. If he still doesn't turn around getting those steals, there's really no point rostering him. Bobby Portis, if it's a blowout, great, right? In 22 minutes, he's averaging 11 and 8, just really really huge rebound numbers. So if you need rebound and some maybe blocks, you can stream this guy for one day. And on the Charlotte side, another big rebound guy will be Cody Zeller. He's only played 20 minutes so far this season, average. I expect him to play more minutes than this. Lately, he's been getting more minutes than Biyombo, right? Biyombo is also another big rebound guy, but last game Cody played majority of the minutes. I would stream Cody, and he actually give you decent, I think, steals over the years as a big man as well, high efficiency. So he's a guy to keep an eye on. And I don't believe as of today there's no like back-to-back. No team has back-to-back. Like no team play today and tomorrow. So if you're on a tight matchup, you want to stream your spot. If your guy doesn't play, your worst players don't play today or tomorrow, definitely stream them. Miles Bridges, if you just need you don't know what you need, just need every stat, every category, you can go for him. Right? Nothing else is interesting on this team. The next game is the Lakers and Boston Celtics. AD is questionable, so if AD is out, Marc Gasol is worth picking up, and Harrell, and Kyle Kuzma. All those three guys, I expect them just usage to go up a bit and get a bit more playing time. LeBron, obviously, Dennis Schroeder, AD out, maybe a more usage spreading, goes around for everybody. Dennis Schroeder, you can stream him for points and assists. Montrezl Harrell, stream him for field goal and rebound and some blocks. Marc Gasol, this guy give you decent blocks in limited time, like averaging 1.4, 1.5. So if you need blocks for a day, for the weekend, definitely grab him. No one else is that interesting. Out of everybody on the Lakers team, I think Kyle Kuzma is going to benefit the most. He's going to give you points mainly. So depend on what you need. If you need points, I think and AD ends up missing the game. He's the one with the most upside. Just have an explosion game, I think. And also, if Dennis Schroeder is out there, you want to grab him. On the Celtics side, really, everybody is pretty much back and healthy. So for guards, you can forget about Jeff Teague. But the Celtics center rotation or big man rotation going to be like mess moving forward. Daniel Theis is the best one out of all three. So if you need some big man stats, field goal, rebound, some blocks, you can stream Daniel Theis. I would stream him. He's the best option out of the three. Robert Williams has the highest upside in terms of fantasy, but just minutes most nights is not there. But if you only really want the blocks, I would go for him. In 15 minutes, he grabbed you 6 rebound and they don't show blocks here, but 1.4 blocks. So really scary. I would go for Robert Williams if I only want the blocks and don't care about any other categories. And if only I want some rebound, then Tristan Thompson is the most reliable option, I think, out of everybody that's playing today. Him and Josh Hart has been pretty consistent, but he offers the most upside. In 22 minutes, you grab you 8-9 rebounds, but nothing else. Let's go to the next game, the Grizzlies and the San Antonio Spurs. Grizzlies will be playing their first game, so it might be some crazy stuff going on. JJJ is still out, Valanciunas is out, Grayson Allen is out. So on the Grizzlies side, my first option would go to if Dillon Brooks is out and you need points and don't care about anything else, he's the best option out there. Right? Kyle Anderson, all those guys. Kyle Anderson, you can stream him for rebound, some assists and points. Kyle has some value, until JJJ comes back. Then we'll see. DeAnthony Melton has the best defensive upside. Get you those steals and blocks. and Xavier Tillman as well, because Valanciunas is out. So a lot of guys on the Grizzlies are really worth streaming. But the problem is they're playing the Spurs. Spurs, they're a team that not really known for giving out steals or blocks, and they're a somewhat defensive team. I don't expect anybody's just gonna pop off, right? But some of those guys on the Grizzlies offer some of the most upside, just because the rotation is they play like 12-man rotation every game. So just all the guys you just don't know, it's like a lottery. Some might get 25 minutes, some might get 10, some might get 15. On the San Antonio Spurs side, really the only guy that's worth streaming, a couple guys actually, Lonnie Walker. You need some points and nothing else, you can stream him. But I would stream Patty Mills over him. Patty Mills give you more threes, give you more points than Lonnie Walker. If you need some big man stat, Jacob Porter would be a better option. 6 rebounds and decent enough blocks, especially if LG struggles. Let's go to the next game, the Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavericks. This game, I believe Devin Booker. Yep, Devin Booker's Mavs. They got everybody back, right? So and then Devin Booker is our Darius Saric. On the Suns side, guys, you can stream is first option. I would say is Cameron Johnson, right? Very efficient, hit some threes, give you some defensive stats, low turnover, so that's a good option. Jay Crowder as well, give you a lot of threes. If you really need some threes, combination of threes, points, and steals, Jay Crowder is one of the best options. He's really inconsistent, so he might give you 5 points or 25, but he can pop off. No one on the Suns is that interesting, to be honest, and on the Dallas Mavericks should be a lot of. If you're playing a 12-team league, a lot of those guys might be on the wire. I don't think Tim Hardaway Jr. will be on the wire because he's been averaging 16, 17 points. That's valuable. Josh Richardson will be on the wire with Dorian Finney-Smith. Maxine Kleber, his minutes is really up and down. Dwight Powell came back as well. Willie Cauley-Stein, a lot of those guys. I think it depends on what you need. I would really, none of those guys, they don't really have that one category or two category that is really that outstanding that you just want wow, I want to grab him. But if you need like well-rounded stats, Dorian Finney-Smith it would be a good option. He's still coming back from an injury, but once he ramps up 30 minutes, you can definitely stream this guy on a lot of nights. I'm not exactly sure. Phoenix Suns as a team, they give a lot. They give out a lot of stocks, or how good has their defense been? They've been 19 offensively, and they don't have the defensive rankings over here. Anyways, both teams, nobody really is offering that upside. No guys is offering that too much upside. And then the last game, Detroit and Golden State. I think really Detroit, a lot of guys out on Detroit. Oh, only Frank Jackson out. But Detroit, I think I would definitely, if Mason Plumlee is out there and you need rebounds and field goal and some defensive stats, he's the best option. He should be rostered in 12 team. And Wayne Ellington, if you need points and threes and he's out there, he's the best option at the moment in the entire league. He's the best guy you can pick off the waiver wire. Derrick Rose, I think he's probably rostered in most leagues, but if not, you can stream him for points and assists. But those guys I just mentioned, right, like in 12 team, they're all like close to dropping. Wayne Ellington is playing really well at the moment though, so I would ride him. Nobody else on this Detroit team is that interesting. Blake Griffin, like if you need points, rebound, assists, he might probably gonna give you the best combination of those 3 categories. If you need all 3, but I doubt you need all 3. Maybe if your team close matchup this week, you can grab him for today. And then on the Warrior side, Kelly Oubre has been struggling hard, but everybody on the Warriors, they don't really offer anything other than James Wiseman give you some decent blocks. So if he's out there, you can grab him for blocks. But Robert Williams probably give you the same amount, right? Well, James Wiseman should give you more scoring. So if you need scoring, rebound, and blocks, you can grab James Wiseman. He might pop off against this Detroit team. Who knows? I think it's a favorable matchup. He might get more than 21 minutes. Everybody else on the Warriors really just does so little. Like every pass, this guy just only points and field goal, nothing else. Damian Lee, last year when Curry got hurt, he had some run, but this year it's just those guys in 30 minutes, they're barely worth streaming. That's it for this game. Are there any more games? And that's it for all the games. I'll do another pre game show tomorrow. Bye guys.